Alright, Funimation, I'm a Demon Slayer fan now. Actually, that kind of sounds like a rock band. I'm a Demon Slayer fan now, you guys. Welcome back, you guys, to HAZZARD. My name is Zach, and today we're going to be talking about the Demon Slayer movie, Mugen Train. And do not crucify me if I completely butchered that name, because I am not Japanese, obviously, and I'm not good at translating Japanese. So thank you for not yelling at me. But yeah, before I get into this review, I just want to go ahead and tell you, I wasn't really a Demon Slayer fan. I know, blasphemy, right? And there's a couple reasons for that. I'll tell you about them. I don't want to make this review about me just kind of beating up on Demon Slayer, because I just told you that I'm becoming a fan now because of this movie. But before I explain how I'm becoming a fan, I have to tell you what my gripes were first. One of my main reasons why I didn't really like Demon Slayer is the fact that I just did not connect with any of the main characters. Like, Tenjiro, right? He's okay for a main character. The thing is like, his whole shtick is just he's very sympathetic, and he's sympathetic to even demons. Number one, that's a little off-putting to me, because I grew up watching Berserk and playing Doom. Doom Guy and Guts are just killing machines when it comes to demons. And in my eyes, I'm not sympathetic to people who kill people. That's just my, I don't care how they grew up. I don't care what happened to them in the past. If they're killing people for whatever reason, they deserve to die. That's just my thought process. So when our main character's crying over demons that he just slayed after they just killed like a bunch of women and children, shit like that, I'm just like, I don't give a f***, you know what I mean? The other thing is too, is that like other than his sympathetic attributes, and when he gets more emotional when he's fighting, and that's when like I actually find him more appealing. But other than the fight scenes, he's kind of just like a block of wood. Like he doesn't have a lot of personality to him. It's kind of, I guess he's there to balance the other two crazy bitches that are on his team, because Pigman and Lightning Pussy over here, they, personally for me, I just think they're absolutely just god-awful annoying. That's just me. I don't know about you. I mean, the pig guy, whoops, which was he? I said pig guy here, right? Pig guy, he yells a lot, and that's his thing. He yells and he screams, and he wants to fight people. And that's okay for like half an hour, and then I start getting annoyed. Then Lightning Pussy over here is either screaming because he's afraid, crying, or he's pissed off at someone and he's screaming. So there's two characters that are just kind of like ear molesting me the entire show. And I'm just like, dude, I can barely take one of them, and there's two of them just like double fisting me. And I'm just like, please, I don't want this. You know what I mean? So that's just my opinion on them two. Personally, for me, the movie does kind of, they make everybody more appealing, and I think that's one of the main reasons why I like this movie so much. The two characters that I was just talking about, Pigman and Lightning Pussy, I just called them, they're just way more entertaining than this. They actually have funny moments. They have kind of tender-hearted moments. They actually have genuine laughable scenes. So if they keep it on that route in Demon Slayer, and they keep the comedy, the actual good-hitting comedy going with them, and their teamwork together, because I felt like before they just weren't like they weren't working together as a team very well. I'll actually like the show. It actually feels like they're kind of a team now. And my other big problem with the show is that there was never really like a main villain that I hated, Like, I get there was like Michael Jackson mixed with Meruem guy that is, the main bad guy, and he looks cool, I guess, but, like, I don't know much about him. Like, I barely know a thing about him. Now, I didn't read the manga, so maybe there's more context on him, but, like, in the show, I really don't know anything about him. I don't know how evil he is. I guess I have to assume that he's bad, because he's the demon lord, but other than that, I really don't know anything about him, so I can't really not like him. The people that I've seen him kill are other demons. I'm just like, is he a good guy? I have no clue, And then the lower class demons that we've seen within the show, they, like, how do I put it? They're like monsters, right? Like, I don't consider them villains. They're just like a force of nature. It's almost like, I guess it's like a werewolf, right? Like a werewolf, I don't consider a werewolf a villain. He's not really a thinking, sentient thing. He's more of just like a monster that is there to just eat flesh and kill people. And I feel as though most of the demons that we've seen in the show have basically been like that. They're not super sentient, or they're just kind of taking orders to take orders. There wasn't much like personal connection between our main characters and the villains. They're just kind of like there to fight them. And that's cool and all. I know, like, the fight scenes are really, really vivid and pretty and colorful, and they're very good choreography, and the art of, like, the artistic ability in the fight scenes are just fantastic in the show and in the movie. It's just, like, a visual masterpiece. I love the visuals when they're fighting. It's just that, like, the actual weightiness and like, the girthiness in the fight, like, the stuff that I actually care about, like personal vendettas against each other, revenge that they're trying to get, or something that connects the main characters' ideologies clashing. Like, I need something like that to make me really care about the fight. Like, I like fights for a means to tell a story. I don't just like watching fights for a fight, if that makes any sense. I need to have some sort of like story beat that actually explains why there needs to be a fight and what is at stake in the fight. And I feel as though this movie helps both of those points, like, severely. Number one, the villain is just freaking awesome compared to the other villains. He's actually more villainous. I'm trying to explain how, like, without spoiling anything. This one, he doesn't attack through normal means. I'm trying to be general without spoiling anything. He's more of like a mental, witty fighter. He attacks people's emotions. The way he goes about it is very evil, very manipulative, and almost kind of like devilish. And I find that way more compelling than just like a monster with teeth coming at you. And that's why I like this villain, and I think he's probably been the best villain on screen from the show till this movie. He's just the best character, in my opinion. And in this movie, there's actually a reason to fight this demon. It's not just like a fight for a fight. There's more weight involved in it, because this whole movie, it's actually very secluded from everything else. The whole movie is based on a train. So if they don't get rid of this specific demon, they are going to have every passenger on board, which is probably like 200 plus people, die. So it's like, it kind of reminds me of Speed almost. It's like they have to do everything possible to protect the people on the train. And that makes the impact of the fight better for me. Because it's like, if you don't beat them, a lot of people are going to die. As in other circumstances, obviously, like, if you don't kill a demon, there's going to be more people that die because the demon eats people. But you don't, like, get a visual representation of how many people are going to die. As in this particular case, you're like, you know the number. You're like, oh shit, this is how much is involved right here and more. You need to fix this shit right now. So it makes the whole movie and the fights and everything have more girthy weight to it that actually is needed for you to be like, get him, I need you to get him, or these people are gonna die. It pumps you up more, in my opinion. They introduced another really badass character, by the way. Yeah, this new character's name is Rengoku, and he's a motherfucking badass. And what I like about him too is that he's almost like a character that our main characters are going to be striving to become. He's almost like, he is a mentor. He is somebody that is going to be like a role model for our heroes. So I think it's really cool because he's like the pinnacle of charisma. He's just a charismatic, nice guy that is always looking on the bright side. And his elements, like, you know, because all the demon slayers have a different element, I guess you'd say. His is fire. Like, his soul is just on fire. He's always pushing to go forwards. And I like that. I like that they kind of, his personality kind of coincides with, like, his element. And he's just a badass. He's just always optimistic, always a nice guy, even in the most dire situations. He's just a good addition to the movie and to the show. And I don't know what to say. He's just a cool character. I needed a cool character, by the way, to kind of like root for, because some of the main character I actually start liking in this, by the way. It's just that he's just right off the bat just kind of a badass and a really easy guy to like, because he's so charismatic, optimistic, and just and badass to start with. By the way, the fight scenes are really cool in this movie. The other thing is that there's some really unique magical properties introduced into Demon Slayer in this movie. Stuff that I wasn't really expecting, and it really works with the world. And I kind of like the magical, what would you call it, the power structure of the world when they went into it in this movie. So I'm liking where they're going with Demon Slayer, and I'm probably gonna have to check it out more, because I thought this movie was just good. There's the sad moments, there's heart-wrenching moments, there's good actiony scenes, there's like manipulative, like calculating sort of like strategy going on. There's just all sorts of good shit in this. every character gets some spotlight. So I know if you're a Demon Slayer fan and you like the characters, everybody gets a little bit of spotlight. Some characters don't because there's just too many, and you need to focus on specific characters in a movie. But they all have their good moments to kind of showcase themselves. So yeah, I mean, for me, if you are coming into this movie as a Demon Slayer fan, I think this movie's an A, like an A, maybe A+. I thought this movie was great, in my opinion. It was great. It's everything that I wanted, and I'm not even a freaking Demon Slayer fan until I started watching this movie. And if you're a Demon Slayer fan already, you're gonna just like your head's gonna explode. So I think I'll give it an A. I'm gonna say an A. Personally for me, I'll give it an A. If you're a Demon Slayer fan already, A+, like 100%. So if you like this review, you guys, please go ahead and subscribe. That would really help me out. If you have any comments or things that you want to ask me, leave them down in the comments section. Especially if it's about movies and shows you want me to review. Please leave that down there. I'll even call you out. Call you out, like almost sounded like a bad thing. I'll even kind of say who recommended this movie to me in my reviews. So go ahead and leave your shit in the comments section, please. That'd be awesome. Thank you guys so much for watching, and see ya! Hey, you made it to the end. That means you must enjoy my content, so go ahead and tap that subscribe button for me. And if you don't like my content, subscribe anyways. My videos are proven to make your schlong longer. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram for discussions and movie topics. And thank you so much for the support. You guys are awesome. See ya.